Waheguru Sasam Waheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Waheguru Ji Ki Fateh. We are coming to the end of January already. It's already gone. Okay? So anyways, that's how fast our time is going. And since we did the class before the new year, it's been exactly a month. Yeah, 1 month. So it just shows you how fast time goes. The day of not time. I'm gonna 2019 won't be long. We'll be saying 2020 here as well. So anyway, so Guru Sahib, we'll start off with Sukhmi Sahib, and then we'll go over to another program. We do have a guest speaker that's going to come in today. There's a new movie coming out, a Sikh movie. So I'll let him talk about it because I don't want to tell you too much what he's going to talk about. But once he said it, I've got today's whole class theme is about Seva. Why Seva is important to us, why we should be doing it, how it will affect our life, how it will affect our kids, our family, our brothers, our sisters, and why it's very important. How Seva is created, Guru Sahib ne aap Seva ki thi, that's what the whole theme is going to be about today, okay? Because the movie that's coming out, it's got a lot of base from that as well, so I think you guys will enjoy that. So let's start there. Joining the company of the saints, practice deep meditation, okay? So we're in the company of the saints. Right? And that's when you practice deep meditation. And there's a similar program after the class today that we're going to be doing. My niece is actually doing similar today, and Harmeet Singh will playing tabla. So all your sangat is welcome to come down and we can listen similar together. If you're doing Simran at home, that's very important to get up on the pillar. But if this is Sangatana Baki Kate, Jenny Sangatati, on the Sare, Jenny Bate, Panajani Bate, Sojan Bate, another we fall from the Lagda, to see you both the Waheguru, another the Simran Patekana Paria, so follow Utu government. Right? And this is Guru Di Hajuri Tibetia, Tete Panj Piarine, Ishwana Savis, Shamalege, Guru Saiban. Okay? It's very important to do that. So joining the company of saints, practice deep meditation. Remember the one and take the support of the Naam, the name of the Lord. That's your biggest support you can get. Jina tusi part karange, you start understanding him better. Jina tusi simran karange, you start getting attached to him better. There'll be a time spiritually when you get to that level, tunu hawa de vich you Rabbi sanda. Tunu ji jant de vich you sevai tunu sache bhasha sanda ne. Simran sundre hala. You can see presence everywhere of God when you get to that spiritual level, and that's what you want to get to. So the more you do, it's never enough. Eventually, you will get to that level. Okay, so your days are going by, your years are going by, you know, to the older you're not getting any younger, right? By that time, you get some white hair, and then you're going to get older and older and older. So Guru Sahib can the more quicker you attach, the more you won't waste your swas, and you won't waste your time, and anybody else's time, and you'll get close to the Guru Sahib. But if you don't get angry so much, you start having a bit more patience, you're not feeling depressed anymore, all that kind of stuff, it starts leaving you. And that's where we want to get to, okay? Forget all the other efforts, oh my friend. No point trying all the other different efforts. You can go and have bathes in different Gurdwara, you can go and do things in different ways you want to do. There is no point in other efforts. When Guru Sahib saying, Navdatana is the most important thing. Enshrine the Lord's lotus feet within your heart. Guru Sahib Charan Adihit Tejivasane. Right? And that's that it's not difficult, it's possible if you put the effort to get there. Right? I swear, Guru Kirpana, when I wake up, Amratullah, I feel so I can't even tell you in words. You feel so great. Guru Sahib, मैं स्नान करके मैं ओ सिमरन कर रहा वाहिगुरु वाहिगुरु जिते सच्चे पातशाह तुसी आदि मुख च तुसी आप सिमरन हो कीता होवे जिते चार साहिब दे पंज प्यारे गुरु दे प्यारे सिख सच्चे पातशाह आप ओ सिमरन उन्होंने आदे मुंह दे विचों जेड़ा बोलिया सी ओ सिमरन कर रहे ते असि भागां वाले जपजी साहिब उन्होंने पढ़िया असि ओ पढ़े साफ साफ से 35 चौपी नंद साहिब then you got keeping Swilla. If you get a chance to do Sukhmi Sahib, brilliant. You know, anything additional to the Panti Chokde part, Kalos Panti Jade Gladi, right? Anything additional to the old Bani Pare and the Guru Sahib is brilliant. How fortunate we are to be able to do that. Okay? How fortunate. God is all powerful, He is the cause of all causes. Anything that's causing this world, Guru Sahib is in charge of everything. He's the best quarterback in your team, he's the best soccer player, he's the best person in the universe, he's the king of everything. Okay? So when you you say, oh, that guy is so popular, let me be his friend, or let me be that. He is the most popular out of them all. He created everything with a blink of an eye. He can destroy the world with a blink of an eye. He can create another world. He's that powerful. Okay, nothing more bigger than him. Okay, grasp firmly the object of Lord's name. Asi us Lord sa naam phanna hega, adu dil ch pauna hega. When you were born, your heart was beating very fast because the Simran Karasi, because the Simran Karte Aya. Over time, you got to games, TV, radio, programs, music, stars, this and that, and you stopped being right. You got away from it. Right? Now you got to reconnect that spark. And when that spark gets reconnected, it's nothing like it. You waking up in the morning, that should be so much fun for you. It's like, I'm about to go on a trip. I'm going on a vacation tomorrow. I'm going to India tomorrow. Or I'm going to Wonderland. Wow, I'm so excited. That's the excitement you should have at Amritullah. It's such a basha. You woke me up at the ambrosial time of the day when everybody's sleeping. I'm awake. Right? And I gave you the example before. It's like a tea bag. When you put water in the tea bag, the good flavor falls out. But the dirt remains in that bag. Right? That's the world. It's like the tea bag. The dirt is the people that sleep. They've been watching movies, they've been doing all other stuff, but forget about praying to Guru side. But the Guru, the Pyare are the flavor that falls out, and they start being part and similar, while everybody else is fast asleep, wasting time, wasting their breath each and every moment. Right? They're blowing it away. Okay? But we don't want to be like that. Gather this wealth and become very fortunate. Right? Become very fortunate to gather this beautiful wealth that Guru has given us. Hire jaisa janam hai. It's hire, right? It's like finding a pearl in the bottom of the ocean. It's done the body milni, a srid milna. This is some sa de Guru Sahib, the Bani Par sa de naam japte hain. Ye hire jaisa janam hai. Har ek nahi milta hai. Right? Because ji jant puri far de duniya de chona nahi milta. Tonu milya hai. Right? That's the level we want to get to. Pure are the instructions of the humble saints. The Guru de Pyare dasde ha. Bani de vich Kabir Bhagat das rahega, Namdev ji das rahe ne, Sache Paanchwe de Guru de Pyare Singh das rahe ne, ki karna kata jana, Guru Sahib aap das rahe ne Bani de vich. That's the instructions we want to follow. Right? When you start following the other instructions out there, you start broken your house. Right? People say, let's wear earrings, let's drink, let's do that. Look what's happening to their houses now. Right? On chota pyare unan karate, dukh pyare ne, klesh pyare unan karate. Okay? Keep faith in the one Lord within your mind. You've got to keep faith in the one Lord. You cannot question the one Lord. If you start questioning the one Lord, then you will fail. You will lose your faith. Okay, जिन्ना तुसी चपांगे, जिन्ना तुसी पानी भरांगे, उन्हें तुसी नेरे लगी जाओगे. Right? Like I said, थोड़े दुख क्लेश दूर होते रहेंगे. All disease, O Nanak, shall be dispelled. All diseases. Sometimes people have cancer. Some people have different bimariyan. Doctor भी जवाब दे देंगे. Doctor कहते हैं कि ये बंदे लालाच नहीं सकता होना. We can't do anything. वाली बीमारी फैल गई. Right? पर हाल तक जिहड़े पानी पाते नाम जते जिन्ना भरोसा हैगा गुरु साहिब दे विच वो फेर भी बच जांदे even with cancer. We've had so many cases. I showed a video here from somebody gave me a video address to this person. His body was so broken down he could not even sit up. He couldn't even pick up a glass of water to drink it. His body could snap on him. That's how weak he became. But and he wasn't even from Punjab. He wasn't Punjabi. He's from actually a different community. The Hindus are Karela or wherever it was where they were living. Only from that he was feeling humble and feeling good about himself. Otherwise his body was decaying. These poor guys went. So फिर किसी ने उन्हें दस्या कि उन्हें क्या कि जब भी मैं आज सुनना है ना पानी वो तो मैंने स्वाद होना पर नहीं उन्होंने क्या इन्हों अमृतसर लेके जाओ ठीक है तो अमृतसर. So they had to put him on this bed which they had to lift up to put him on the train and take him to Amritsar. When they took him to Amritsar, the scheme is actually telling the katha of this person. And it's a real story. And when they put him in there, they took him into the Darbar Sahib and उन्हें लंबा पाया उन्हें लंबा पाके उन्हें सराहना देता उन्हें बैठाता. हुक्म जिधर अपने गुरु साहिब का पाठ शुरू हुआ वो पानी सुन गया. After a few hours he actually set up, which is never done in a long time. He actually set up जो होली चौंकड़ी मार के बैठ गया. तो फिर उन्होंने जो आके देखा भी और इतना बैठा उन्होंने क्या वो कहते बस मैंने पानी ले दो और तेने कुछ खाने जो कुछ ले वो कहते नहीं बस पानी दे दो. He listened to the whole part without falling asleep for 3 days. Lagatar Khand Path Sunya. He actually walked out of the Darbar Sahib after 3 days. When he came back to Delhi, he went to go and check up on his cancer. He had a specialist appointment he had to go to check up. His body, the cancer came anymore. And even till today he's living. The time Bhai Maskeen Sah was doing the katha, he was actually sitting right next to him. Chunga pala banda si ho. And he's telling him, the Sangat, he was dying. Right? So that's why Guru Sahib, aap keh rahe hain Bani che, so you got to believe in what Guru Sahib is telling you. All disease, O Nanak, shall be dispelled. Koi bhi bimari, wo dur ho judi. Kade na jida banda Bani naam chapda, simran karda, Guru na chode hega. As he even gets older, lokan godyan di pain hondi, koi pain hondi, koi uno no pain bhi nahi hondi. They get dispelled. They start getting so much. To us, it looks like a banda putta ho gaya, but oh, ni Bani na raja like Bhai Jeevan Singh Ji. He was so into Guru Kirpa. He was like 85 years old. He was going Gatka in the Gurdwara here at somebody's wedding. Oh, Gatka ka raise gain right? And that's the beauty of that Sikhi. And Bhai Jeevan Singh, when we used to do camps at Malton Gurdwara and just to keep the programs, the kids loved him. They said, Father, Christmas might be for the Christians, but we go Bhai Jeevan Singh. He was such a bubbly person. Right? And that's what it was, right? The wealth which you chase after in the 4 directions, we're chasing after wealth in all 4 directions. We're looking this way, looking that way, we're trying so hard to find wealth. You shall obtain that wealth by serving the Lord. Today, apart das karte hain, sanu sache paasha truck bhi dein, ghar bhi dein, gatti bhi dein, sone gore bacche bhi dein, aise karna kuch mangte Guru Sahib ko, right? Karna kuch. All of that will come in your naam anyway. जिन्ना तुसी नाम जाते हैं गुरु साहब ने आप खुशी ना खोल के खुद दरवाजे खोलता नहीं वो तो आपके बच्चा ना सोचता है which father mother won't be thinking about the kids like he does. He's the biggest of them all. Bear the peace which you always yearn for, my friend. Sukh shanti paale, the peace. We all want peace. We don't want to see anything happen to our kids. We don't want to happen to any our neighbors' kids. Or do we? We don't want to see other people getting hurt. That's what we do in this class. We love it that our kids are doing Kirtan, we're all doing very well, you know, they've got lovely husbands, my daughter, and they're all doing so well. But we want to see you guys do well too. That's how we do summer camps, that's why we try to do these programs, so we can help other families. Guys, Sikhi actually works. It does work, right? We proved it works. I'm always feeling that you people come from Punjab and tusi badal jane hain, koi meeta batte bhai hai, tab ninder ban jana, koi gore ban jana, koi kuch ban jana. Ode dukh bhi na chakhan pehne. If you want to be a gora, you want to be a khala, their pains and the dukh has to come with it. It's a package deal. They have divorces, they have brutal, you know, when they're drinking, they're hitting their wives and stuff like that. That all comes with it. How much you hear that in Punjabi people now? Kisi de aadhi ghar wali de mare na, de bachche nu mare, aa mare because of sharab. Right? So all the pains will come. So if you yearn the peace, oh my friends, that peace comes by the love of the company of the
Waheguru Ji ki Fateh. My name is Dixie Singh. मैं UK ਤੋਂ ਆਇਆ South of UK and ਇੱਕ ਮੈਂ ਜਿੱਦਾਂ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ special project ਅਸੀਂ ਜਿੱਦਾਂ ਲਿਖੀ ਹੈ. So we've got quite a special project and we're here in Toronto at the moment to tell the Sangat about this special project. So before I start and tell you about the project, I'll probably just want to just give you a bit of background and ask you a few questions. So is it quite a bad? Does anyone know who? Does anyone know who becomes your father? Okay. Is anyone brave enough to put your hand up? Who is your father when you take Amrit? Dixie Gurduara Sahib. Well done, Shabash. Tafid Khalsa Panti Mata Ji Kaun hai? Who is the mother of the Khalsa? Is anyone brave enough? Yes, you put over there. Anji. Anji. Mata Sahib Gurji, well done. So jehda vishay te assi main gall kar rahe hain it's about Mata Sahib Gurji. And Mata Sahib Gurji sade Khalsa Panti Mata ji ne. So they're the mother of the Khalsa. But if you ask any Gursikh, anyone who is Amritari, the average Gursikh will struggle to tell you anything basic about Mata Sahib Gurji's life. Where was their janam? What did they do? Where did they live? Why did they get the kitab, the title, a position? Why did they get the position of being the mother of the Khalsa? And what did they do after? When did they leave this world? Jiri a movie asi bana rahe hain. So sada jira maqsad hai ek navi 3D animation movie banaunga. Jidda Char Sahibzade di movie bani ski. We are now making a new 3D animation about the life of Mata Sahib Gurji. Now, while we're just setting up, I'll just tell you a few satya about Mata Sahib Gurji that are very unknown, but it just gives you a bit of an ishara, a glimpse of how important it is and what great role Mata Sahib Gurji played. So from a very young age, Mata Ji's Prakash, okay, they were divine. Mata Sahib Gurji, to be the wife of Guru Gobind Singh Ji Maharaj, they were divine. So another Prakash, the birth happened in Rohtas, which Patna, Pakistan, so Mata Ji the Prakash Rohtas Pend. Now from a very young age, her parvar was joined with the Guru Gar already. And when after her birth, she spent a very young child, spent a lot of time doing Simran and Mool Mantra in particular. Jado Sama Aya, when the time came for her to go Anandpur Sahib, and then she came to Anandpur Sahib to Guru Gobind Singh Ji, Maharaj ne ਉਹਦੇ ਫਰਮਾਨ ਕਰਤਾ ਕਿ ਸਾਡਾ ਗ੍ਰਸਥ ਮਾਰਗ ਹੋਣਗਾ ਨਹੀਂ. So in terms of they would marry Mata Sahib Gurji, but that their marriage now with Mata Sahib Gurji will be Kuara Tola Manke Roge. So Mata Ji will have a spiritual relationship with Guru Gobind Singh. So Mata Sahib Gurji was at that age somewhere between 19 or 20 years old. And when she was at Anandpur Sahib, she was given an amazing seva. So she was given the duty of being in charge of the full administration of Anandpur Sahib. And just have a think about that. Anandpur Sahib, a kingdom in Samsagdiya, a Raji Siga. Within that kingdom, under Mataji's administration, Mataji was in charge of all the money, all the donations, all the shastras, all the kode, langar, the jinne vi sangata duro on this only the hash. That's such a big responsibility to be given to someone who's 19 or 20 years old. And because she commanded such leadership and such great virtues, Maharaj actually gave her a jatha of Gursikhs who then would aid her in ensuring that the administration was done to the fullest. So Mata Ji ne jatha mila siga, wo jathe da na hi prachalit ho gaya siga, Mata Ji da jatha. And within that jatha, it was Bhai Mani Singh Ji, Bhai Uday Singh Ji, Bhai Vichitra Singh Ji, other Gursikh. So these Gursikhs would do as Mata Sahib Gurji administered. So ajkal de samay de vich soche jave 3 din da samagam karna pave. So 3 din di Gurmat di camp, if you have just 3-day Gurmat camp or 3-day samagam, pariyan pੈ jandiyan, ਪਹਿਲਾਂ ਤਿਆਰੀ ਕਰਨੀ ਹੈ. Once you've done it, after that you need a rest. Mata Ji didn't have a rest for years upon years upon years. Mata Sahib Gurji led and she took that Jumewari for years and years. Mata Ji ਫਿਰ Sri Guru Gobind Singh Ji Maharaj ਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਹੀ ਰਹੇ ਸੀਗੇ. And ਜਦੋਂ ਸਮਾਂ ਆਇਆ when Mata Sahib Gurji Guru Gobind Singh Ji went to Hazur Sahib, ਜਦੋਂ ਮਹਾਰਾਜ ਨੇ ਆਪਣੇ ਸਰੀਰ ਤੇ ਆ ਗਿਆ ਤੇ ਸਰੀਰ ਤਿਆਗਣਾ ਸੀਗਾ, ਸੱਚਖੰਡ ਨੂੰ ਗਮਨ ਹੋਣਾ ਸੀਗਾ, they gave the Gurgaddi to Sri Guru Granth Sahib Ji. And as they gave the Gurgaddi to Sri Guru Granth Sahib Ji, they turned to Mata Sahib Gurji and said, Aj to Khalsa Panth Twadi Choli. So they put the Khalsa Panth in the full responsibility of Mata Sahib Gurji. Mata Sahib Gurji, us din to baad, they went to Delhi. And at Delhi, Mata Sahib Gurji led the Sikh nation, the Khalsa Panth, for 40 years. 40 saal ko thoda sama nahi hai. Bhai Mani Singh, Baba Deep Singh, even Gursikhs such as Jassa Singh Aluwalia, these Mahan Shakshiyatan took direct guidance and leadership from Mata Sahib Gurji. All spiritual, social, political decisions, Mata Sahib Gurji agwai de naal hi hunde rahe. Kidde Mahan Shakshiyat honge ke Guru Gobind Singh ne inni Mahan Shakshiyat nu Khalsa Panth ਉਹਨਾਂ ਹੀ ਚੋਲੀ ਪਾਇਆ. ਕਿੰਨਾ ਉੱਚਾ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦਾ ਜੀਵਨ ਹੋਊਗਾ, ਕਿੰਨੀ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦੀ ਉੱਚੀ ਅਵਸਥਾ ਹੋਗੀ. That is our mother, that is Mata Sahib Gurji. But her story is not told. Her story is unknown. Now the time is now that the Panth should learn about Mata Sahib Gurji. Mata Sahib Gurji's mamta knows no bound. At that point, jithe Delhi ch rehnde sige, Mata Sahib Gurji ensured that her love, what Mata Ji did, her inclusive nature was such that there were Garib, Hindu, Muslim, Sikh ਕੁੜੀਆਂ ਜਿਨ੍ਹਾਂ ਦੇ ਵਿਆਹ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੁੰਦੇ, ਗਰੀਬ ਪਰਿਵਾਰਾਂ ਤੋਂ ਕੁੜੀਆਂ ਸੀਗੀਆਂ. Mata Sahib Gurji would always ensure that they did the Anand Karajs, the Nikahs or the Vyas of these poor girls. Mata Sahib Gurji ਹੁਕਮਨਾਮੇ ਵੀ ਮਿਲਦੇ ਆ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਅੱਜ ਵੀ ਮਿਲਦੇ ਆ, ਜਿਸ ਵਿੱਚ Mata Sahib Gurji ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਆ ਕਿ ਪਟਨ ਸ਼ੇਖ ਫਰੀਦ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਮੁਸਲਮਾਨਾਂ ਦਾ ਪਿੰਡ ਆ, ਕਿ ਉੱਥੇ ਡਰਾਊਟ ਹੋਇਆ, ਪਾਣੀ ਨਹੀਂ ਪਿਆ, ਜਿਹੜੇ ਉੱਥੇ ਦੇ ਕਿਸਾਨ ਆ, the farmers, they don't have no water. Mata Sahib Gurji is asking Gursikhs in the Panth ਹੁਕਮਨਾਮੇ ਕਿ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਮਾਇਆ ਲਿਆਓ, send us money, we need to build a well. ਮੁਸਲਮਾਨਾਂ ਦੇ ਪਿੰਡ ਵਿੱਚ ਕਿੰਨੀ ਮਹਾਨ ਸ਼ਖਸੀਅਤ ਹੈ. ਮਾਤਾ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਦੇ ਇਕੱਲੇ ਖਾਲਸਾ ਦੀ ਮਾਤਾ ਨਹੀਂ ਅਸੀਂ ਕਹਿ ਸਕਦੇ, ਉਹ ਸਿੱਖਾਂ ਦੇ ਤੇ ਸਾਰੀ ਦੁਨੀਆ ਦੇ ਸੀ ਮਾਤਾ ਜੀ their mamta, their motherhood knew no bounds. Mata Sahib Kaur Ji was so great that even Gursikhs like Bhai Jassa Singh Ahluwalia, ਜਿਹੜੇ ਪੰਥ ਦੇ ਜਥੇਦਾਰ ਬਣੇ, ਜਿਹੜੇ ਇੰਨੇ ਸੂਰਮੇ ਜਰਨੈਲ ਹੋਏ, when they were 4 years old and their father became shaheed, their mother then brought Bhai Jassa Singh Ahluwalia to Mata Sahib Kaur Ji. ਉਹ ਦੋਨੇ ਇਕੱਠੇ ਮਾਤਾ ਜੀ ਕੋਲ ਰਹੇ ਸੀਗੇ, and Mata Sahib Kaur Ji I mean, she was such an amazing Gursikh that she taught by her own Pesakhalya, she taught Jassa Singh Ahluwalia Gurbani Santya, Tanti Saj Kirtan, how to do Shastra Vidya, Korsavar, Mataji Mayar Sige in Shastra Vidya. So Mataji taught him, gave him all this training, and by the age of 12, Mataji then said, Han jao jathe jaake raro. Us vele Nawab Kapoor Singh jathedar sige. Jassa Singh Ahluwalia gay, a small child at the age of 12, he is now Jathe Shamal ho gaya, he is in the Jatha, and वो पंजाबी नहीं सकता. So सारे उन टीचर करते सके कि जिद्दां सी आजकल कहते हैं भैया आ जाए, इन पंजाबी नहीं बोलनी होती, सारे टीचर करते होते. Everyone needs to mock him, but Mata Sahib Kaur ने इतनी दृढ़ता भरी, that courage, that strength within him that was given to him by his mother, our mother. That Jassa Singh Ahluwalia then, जो नवाब कपूर सिंह ने अपनी जथेदारी कहाँ देनी सकी, who got the जथेदार out of everyone? Jassa Singh Ahluwalia. The थापड़ा किहने दा सका? Who gave the थापड़ा? तान माता साहिब कौर जी. So जिथे असीं अपने दसम पिता तान श्री गुरु गोबिंद सिंह जी को चेता करिए, ये भी बहुत जरूरी है. We also remember our mother तान माता साहिब कौर जी. In the Puratana समय, Gursikhs, when they used to do the ardas, as we do today, they would always remember their mother, Tan Mata Sahib Kaur Ji in the ardas. Hon, Jan Nihang Singh, Jan Shed Hazur Sahib were the two places where you will find the Mata Sahib Kaur Ji is mentioned in the ardas. But Hon Samaya, जिथे असीं अपने दसा पातशाहियों नूं धन श्री गुरु ग्रंथ साहिब जी महाराज नूं अपने अरदास विच जरूर चेते करना, नाल दी नाल माता जी नूं भी चेता कीता जाना चाहिदा है. तो उहदे विच ही खुशियां आ. And the reason why we're making this film, I'll go back to the film, Mahi Badi. The reason we're making this film, one of the things we always hear from our young daughters and children who attend Gurmat camps and classes is, where is the female role models? We look in our Gurdwara, we look in the institutions around us, and you see just men. Why is there no female role models? And if there are, where are they? So assi sochya, Mardi Kirpana, Kei Operale Hui Vismad has made beautiful films such as Sundari and others, and even Jar Sabza they came out. Now we are a new initiative and we are making a film about the life of Tanta Mata Sahib Kaur Ji. I'm going to share with you, the audio working as well? Oh, okay. I'm just going to share with you teaser 1 and then I'll pick up in 2 seconds again. As you've seen, this movie that we're making is called Motherhood. Karke Mata Sahib Kaur Ji Sadi Maa hai. and the Punjabi translation of motherhood, Mamta keh sakde hain. So what it is, the movie is called Motherhood, the journey of Mata Sahib Kaur Ji. And jitha Gurbani da praman hai, baabaniyan, kahaniyan, pot sapot kare. It's so important that if we want our next generation, our children, to remain inspired, classes like these are so important. It's so important that our children learn about their history. And the Genevi, we need so many avenues to cover our kids to engage them. And one thing that we've noticed and we feel is that animation is a very strong way of engaging the next generation. ਬੱਚਿਆਂ ਦੇ ਹੱਥਾਂ 'ਚ ਦੇਖ ਲਓ 2 ਸਾਲਾਂ ਦਾ ਬੱਚਾ ਹੋਵੇ ਫੋਨ ਉਹਨੂੰ ਚੱਲਣਾ ਆ ਜਾਂਦਾ 3 ਸਾਲ ਦਾ ਉਹਨੂੰ YouTube ਵੀ ਖੋਲ੍ਹਣਾ ਆ ਜਾਂਦਾ they're using technology they're engaging with it so ਕਿਉਂ ਨਾ ਅਸੀਂ ਟੈਕਨੋਲੋਜੀ ਵਰਤੀਏ ਜਿਹਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਸਾਡੇ ਬੱਚੇ ਇਤਿਹਾਸ ਨਾਲ ਜਾਣੂ ਹੋਣ ਇਸ ਵੇਲੇ they do watch Pixar movies you guys do watch Pixar Disney films we feel that why not invest as a community in 3D animation about Sikh ਇਤਿਹਾਸ So ਜਿਹੜੀ ਇਹ ਪਹਿਲੀ ਫਿਲਮ ਬਣ ਰਹੀ ਹੈ ਇਹ ਧੰਨ ਧੰਨ ਮਾਤਾ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਕੌਰ ਜੀ ਤੇ ਬਣ ਰਹੀ ਹੈ ਇਸ ਤੋਂ ਬਾਅਦ ਸਾਡਾ ਮਿਸ਼ਨ ਹੈਗਾ ਆ to make 20 films like this in the next 15 years but this obviously can only be done with the Sanghat's help but ਮੈਂ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਹੁਣ ਅਖੀਰ ਵਿੱਚ ਬਹੁਤਾ ਸਮਾਂ ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਨਾਲ ਲੈਂਦਾ ਹੋਇਆ because I've taken too much of your time so ਇਹੀ ਬੇਨਤੀ ਸੀਗੀ this film Motherhood the journey of Mata Sahib Kaur Ji will be coming out in 2019 in May or June so ਥੋੜਾ ਸਮਾਂ ਰਹਿ ਗਿਆ So you'll be hearing a lot more about this movie, and when the movie comes out, please do go out and watch it in the theatres because it will be at the theatres in Toronto as well. So Sadi ji website is www.motherhoodthemovie.com. Je kisi nu hor koi jankari leni hove, please I'll be at the back and you can ask me questions. So in ending, I'm going to leave you with the final teaser. So this is just 1 more minute, and then this is the last teaser that has just been released 2 weeks ago. And you can see where we're at. We're at 70% production and it will be ready for May, June time. Dhanwad ji, aap ji da bahut bahut ji. Waheguru ji ka Khalsa, Waheguru ji ki Fateh.
सुनहरे पन्निया में छिपी हुई एक अनोखी शख्सियत अपने गुरु के प्रेम विच रली सबर अते साबर के खिलाफ मजलूमां की राखी करती हुई खालसा की माता जी ने समर्पण जिम्मेदारी बलिदान फतेह बहादुरी की मिसाल कायम कर दी एक अणडिठी अते अनकही दास्तान
Very groups actually, I wish we could see a little bit more, right? If you could so much a little bit of a taste there. Next time VG comes, we're going to have to make that a little bit longer, maybe a 5 minutes clip. But I remember when they made Jar Sabye, then the rise of the Khalsa, we had Bhai Sahib come from India, Samad group, and we really helped them a lot to promote that. My niece's husband Sneed Singh is helping VG a lot, and he's always been instrumental in bringing these videos, movies to the theaters. And we will definitely be helping as much as we can to promote them. If any which way we can help them, we will do that, and they're always welcome to come promote it in this class at any time. So you're always most welcome. And I don't even know his name yet, to tell you honestly. So that's just great that we don't need to know each other's names, do we? Just Seva is more important. So let's get back to this quickly. That's why when Vijay told me that he's going to do on Mata Sahib Kaur, I thought, you know what, let's just keep the theme Langar, the Seva. because she did so much seva. I thought it kind of fitted very well. So what I did is I got some short videos that I got together from YouTube. And it's amazing what you can do with YouTube. So I thought, you know what, I'll put some on so you can look at that. There's people that doing seva all around the world. Okay, so I wanted to bring some of that to you guys. We've got to go Geetan today too, so I'll try to show as many as I can.
Is known as Langar Seva, is part of the Sikh tradition and religion to come out and help the needy and the poor.
This is Southampton. This is the south side of England.
December 2014, so on Christmas Day was our first ever one, where we just met up and we just basically took a couple of cars out, drive around all around Southampton and basically find homeless people really, and just give out food to them.
A group of friends, we were sat around the table once day before we do something good for the community, and we all pulled in some money together and started from there. It was just meant to be a one-off thing really, and from there we've never stopped.
So like I said, we're out in Southampton High Street once a week, and then we do a monthly big food run outside the Civic Centre in Southampton.
So they do this once a week in England, and a big one every month.
2 years now, so we know where sort of the homeless people sit. So we've got a rough idea. So like there are certain points in Southampton where we know, you know, if we go there, there's been a few people there. Yeah.
Okay, so that's Southampton. I think I got.
I just want change.
Because I got no money, I just want some change. I just try to rush through these as many as I can.
Hot food for London's homeless. For many of them, this is their only meal of the day.
I'm 5 months pregnant, and the reason why it's so important to have this food is because I don't want me to starve, and I don't want my unborn child to starve. As any mum would do anything to protect their child, that's what I'm determined to do, and that's feed my unborn child, to make it grow, to make it strong.
Yes, please.
Stephanie is one of about 350 people served by volunteers from the Sikh Welfare Awareness Team. They've been serving food for 4 years, but over the last 12 months, the numbers have almost doubled.
We come here 3 times a week, and we feed homeless people, not only homeless people, but other people who've got difficulties in their life. So, you know, if you look in the queue here, you'll have people with mental health issues, depression, gambling, drugs, alcohol, you name it, they're here.
The Sikh Welfare and Awareness Team say they're doing this because helping the homeless and needy is part of their faith. But there's a lot of work that goes into preparing and dishing all this up.
The kitchen of the Sikh temple in Hounslow is where the food is cooked.
This is where I'm from, Hounslow.
Part of a centuries-old tradition known as langar. It's where vegetarian meals are served for free.
And everyone gets the meal.
Everybody, whoever comes here, any race, any religion, anybody gets the langar here.
The SWAT team decided to take the langar from the temples out onto the streets because of the growing number of rough sleepers in London. There are now plans to take it beyond the capital to other places where it's needed. Poonam Taneja, BBC London News.
They've got the t-shirts on with SWAT written on it, right? Sikh welfare. So they help them out, and any videos you can see that. Let me just switch it over to the next one. You'll get the funny one. Don't worry, I'll come to the funny one too.
Working to make a difference. Langar is the term used in the Sikh religion.
This is Walsall, also in England.
Food is served for free. Rooted in 500-year-old tradition, the team of volunteers here distributes an open kitchen and clothes to the local community. Every Sikh has the duty to carry out seva, the spirit of selfless service, demonstrating their strong values and beliefs of helping others. To help with the success of the scheme, the organisation has enlisted more volunteers, including families and children. who give up their time, often several times a week.
It's to help homeless people and see how fortunate we are, because, you know, we can go home, play video games and that and sit there having a laugh. But there's people who, you know, don't really eat, have to live on the streets and such, so it's good to help them so you can go home feeling better.
The food, treats and clothing is all free, and everything from the buying of the ingredients to the preparation of meals is based on donations. They state that rising food costs, static incomes, changes to benefits and underemployment are some of the reasons why increasing numbers are being referred to food banks for emergency food.
This was actually founded by two friends, Randir Singh Ji and Parmajit Singh Bhaiya, who just wanted to do some seva. It's like a food bank. We serve whoever comes here. A lot of the homeless people, very vulnerable people, people with mental health issues. Nobody's turned away.
Brilliant people in the day, they don't have to come out from doing a set, like whatever 9 to 5 job. They come here and supply for us, like they don't have to do that. Do that, the goodness of the heart, innit? You know what I mean?
The priority is women always come first with these. If you're a woman, you go to the front of the queue.
By taking the traditional concept of the langar or shared meal out of the temple and onto the street, these community kitchens have extended the idea of service. And as the ethnic community strives to help others, it seems a little difference goes a long way.
You can see there's people from all kinds of different communities that are standing in the line up, right? So it's not people Gora, Tony Laksada, Tony Indian, it's for everybody, right? And that's what Sikhi is all about. That's what this prayer is all about. And I tell you, being in England, I know our youth people in England are doing a lot. And we can do a lot more here as well in Canada, right? So we need to get together with these groups that are here. There's Khalsa Aid here that's helping out. There's many other societies that you guys can help out join. Even in your university, you know, you do the Sikh youth programs that you can be part of. Make sure when you go to university or any school program, you can be part of these things. This is in the US. So I've got something funny to show you guys as well. And let me see what the time is, 7:52, a bit of time. Don't forget Pyari Satsang. After this, we're doing Simran today in the main hall too. So the singer can come down and support us and do Simran and be one with Guru Sahib, that'd be good too.